murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace.
now I'm
Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Armenians want peace.
I think it should be okay.
Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Armenians want
Sorry.
peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 Stop denying. Admit Azeri lying.
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 Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Stop denying. Admit Azeri lying.
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 Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, Aliyev, stop killing Armenians!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero!
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 Stop threats of war!
Stop threats of war!
Stop threats of war!
Stop threats of war!
Recognize Sumgait!
Recognize Sumgait!
Recognize Sumgait!
Recognize Sumgait!
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying!
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 Aliyev is a racist!
Aliyev is a racist!
Aliyev is a racist!
Aliyev is a racist!
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt!
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt!
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt!
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt!
We remember Sumgait!
We remember Sumgait!
We remember Baku!
We remember Baku!
We remember Marawa!
We remember Marava!
We remember Kirovabad!
We remember Kirovabad!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop the lies!
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians! Aliyev, stop killing Armenians!
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians!
We demand justice!
We demand justice!
We demand justice!
We demand justice!
Armenians want peace! Azerbaijan wants war!
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 Stop Azeri aggression!
Stop Azeri aggression!
Stop Azeri aggression!
Stop Azeri aggression!
Armenians want peace! Azerbaijan wants war!
Armenians want peace! Azerbaijan wants war!
Artsakh is Armenia!
Artsakh is Armenia!
Artsakh is Armenia!
Artsakh is Armenia!
We will never forget!
We will never forget!
We will never forget!
We will never forget!
Recognize Sumgait!
Recognize Sumgait!
Recognize Marava!
Recognize Marava!
Recognize Kirovabad!
Recognize Kirovabad!
Recognize Sumgait!
Recognize Sumgait!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
We remember Gurgen Margarian!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Don't glorify axe murderers!
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero!
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 Stop denying, admit Azeri lying!
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 Stop threats of war!
Stop threats of war!
Stop threats of war!
Stop threats of war!
Armenians want peace! Aliyev wants Yerevan!
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 We remember Sumgait!
We remember Sumgait!
We remember Sumgait!
We remember Sumgait!
We remember Baku!
We remember Baku!
Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians!
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians!
Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop Azeri aggression.
Stop Azeri aggression.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize
Sumgait.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants war.
Armenians want peace.
Aliyev wants war.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Aliyev, admit your guilt.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
We remember Gurgen Margayan.
We remember Gurgen Margayan.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
Armenians want peace.
Azerbaijan wants war.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Aliyev is a war criminal.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 Artsakh is Armenia.
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 Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Don't glorify axe murders.
Don't glorify axe murders.
Don't glorify axe murders.
Don't glorify axe murders.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 We demand justice.
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 We will never forget. We will never forgive.
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 Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants Yerevan.
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 We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
We remember Gurgen Margaryan.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your never kill.
Artsakh is Armenia.
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 Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants war.
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 Stop Azerbaijani aggression.
Stop Azerbaijani aggression.
Stop Azerbaijani aggression.
Stop Azerbaijani aggression.
Stop Azerbaijani oppression.
Stop Azerbaijani oppression.
Stop Azerbaijani oppression.
Stop Azerbaijani oppression.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
The world demands justice.
The world demands justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
The world demands justice.
The world demands justice.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev is a war criminal.
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 Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We will never forget. We will never forget.
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 Recognize Sumai.
Recognize Sumai.
Recognize Sumai.
Recognize Sumai.
Recognize Sumai.
Recognize Sumai.
So now we would like to invite Amir Hafsat Safarian to give a speech.
When I was 16 years old, my grandmother gifted me the chain that I'm wearing right now. At the time, I thought it was a piece of fashion, but I would later learn it's a piece of history and part of what we're commemorating here today. In the late 80s, Azerbaijani authorities orchestrated murderous attacks on the Armenians living in Sumgait, Baku, Malaga, and Kirovabad. The Armenians fleeing the horrors weren't allowed to take any valuables with them, and so my grandmother sewed this chain in the lining of my mother's clothes as she fled the city of her birth, Baku, for refuge in Yerevan. My grandmother, herself orphaned at a young age by an Azeri who killed her mother, stayed behind to pack up our family's belongings, and she watched her Armenian family and friends tortured and murdered by genocidal Azeris. She told me once about a phone call she had when my mother was already safe in Yerevan, as Azeri men swarmed her building and ransacked her apartment. She hid in her bathroom and dialed my mother to tell her that she loved her, for it was in my grandmother's mind the very last time. I remember the pain that clouded my grandmother's eyes as she told me this. And it is that same pain that I see in the eyes of the Armenian people today as history repeats itself and Azerbaijan returns for yet another attempt at ethnically cleansing the Armenian people. I wear this chain around my neck every single day as a reminder of what we as a people have been through and stand for. And its ice-cold links freeze through my collar when I see the 120,000 being blockaded to death in Artsakh by Azerbaijan. I often think of my family and my grandmother, may God rest their souls. But the image that I cannot shake from my brain is not only that of the Azeri killing the innocent, but it is that of the Soviet guards who stood by and with full power to intervene, allowed the carnage to continue. From 1988 to 1992, the United States perhaps had the luxury of pleading ignorance, but not in 2023, when Azerbaijan has returned to finish what they started 30 years ago. And so I ask us now, an American citizen to the American people, if we do not provide Artsakh with emergency US aid and stop aiding and arming Azerbaijan, what makes us any better? than the bystanders who watched my family be slaughtered. From where I'm standing, the United States and the rest of the world powers have made a firm but painful statement, and that is that the lives of 120,000 Armenian Christians are worth less than a few dollars off of their oil bill every year. Azerbaijan's money and their oil lubricate a slippery slope that, should we slide down, will only enable, encourage, and motivate others of this world's nefarious powers to act in the interests of evil elsewhere. The United States set the example for democracy in 1776. But this world will only see more dictators if Turkey's Erdogan and Azerbaijan's Aliyev are continued to allow to dictate with no repercussions. Today, the world does not care that it is the Armenians, but tomorrow it could be anyone else, anywhere else, and the precedent for our inaction has been set and will only continue. I've seen the aftermath firsthand, and it is not a fate that I would wish upon my worst enemy. And yet, completely unsurprisingly, it is a fate that Azerbaijan wishes upon me. And so, as we remember the lives lost in Sumgait, in Baku, in Maraga, in Kirovabad, we must not let our focus waver from the lives that we can still save in Artsakh today. The United States has a golden opportunity to show this world what we stand for. The people of this world are linked together, regardless of national origin, by a shared existence within the human condition. And should the nations and institutions of this world not be able to protect that link, then I will begin to doubt the very humanity on this earth to begin with. That link is at the risk of rupture, but we can stop it. We can save the rest of the chain and pass it down to our descendants as my grandmother passed hers down to me. But we must act now. The United States has a chance to unlock themselves from the handcuffs of guilt and be upstanders instead of bystanders to Aliyev's genocidal actions. And I pray that we find that key soon, because the fate of our brothers and sisters in Artsakh is depending on it.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
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 We remember Gurgen Margarian.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Stop threats of war.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is racist.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
We remember Gurgen Margarian.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
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 Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Maraga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians. Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Stop denying Admit Azeri lying.
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 Aliyev, stop killing Armenians. Aliyev, stop killing Armenians. Artsakh is Armenia. Artsakh is Armenia. We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
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 Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Stop denying Admit Azeri lying.
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 Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
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 Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Armenians want peace. Armenians want Yerevan.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt. Azerbaijan, admit your guilt. We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
Recognize Sumgait.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
We will never forget.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Why release Safarov?
Why release Safarov?
Safarov is not a hero.
Safarov is not a hero.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
Azerbaijan, admit your guilt.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Malaga.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
Don't glorify axe murderers.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Artsakh is Armenia.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
I would now like to introduce Under Matt Girardi for his speech.
Good afternoon, friends, family, community, and allies. To those who have come from near and far, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for coming to this historic gathering here today. My name is Matthew Girardi. I am a proud member of the AYFDC Army chapter and a member of the AYF Eastern Region's Artsakh Task Force. Today we gather to mark the anniversary of a horrific chapter in human history, and to prevent yet another catastrophe from unfolding before our eyes. We have come to honor those lost, to seek restitution for those that survived, and to fight for those under brutal siege today. We come for the people of Artsakh and for their continued future. We come for our brothers and sisters who are hungry and cold, yet remain resolute and mighty. We come for the people of Azerbaijan, who have been told that malice will somehow make them whole. We come to this embassy and to this day, not with hate in our hearts, but with hunger in our souls, for justice, peace, and healing before this government and before the eyes of the world. On February 26, 1988, officials from the Municipal Committee of Azerbaijan's Communist Party in the city of Sumgait held a rally. With numerous speakers and officers in attendance, one disturbing chant ran through all their remarks: "Death to Armenians! Death to Armenians! Death to Armenians!" It was such a bile that was injected into the Azeri population, a poison that has grown like a cancer ever since. In the evening of the following day, a peace that had held generations of neighbors, families, and friends together from all walks of life was shattered by evil in Sumgait. Chanting woke the town up from what had been a routine dusk. Rioters intoxicated with drugs, drink, and vengeful animus roamed the streets and began an unspeakable massacre. When the dust settled 2 days later, hundreds lay dead or injured. Women were raped and assaulted. Survivors would never cleanse the horror of smelling human beings being burned alive. Thousands were forced to leave the only homes they had ever known, all for the simple crime of being Armenian. But as crime went unpunished and rioters went unprosecuted, a signal was sent by those in power: hate and degeneracy will work. As such, only months later, the venom spread to Kirovabad. 100,000 men, women, and children were flung from their homes to seek an uncertain future. According to human rights activists, 130 Armenians were killed and hundreds more were injured. Yet again, the fever did not break there. In Baku, the 250,000-strong Armenian population began being dismissed from their jobs, evicted from their homes, and put under constant harassment. By the beginning of 1990, only a pale shadow of the Armenian population remained in the city. But still, that was not enough. On January 12th, following still another rally of demagogues, crowds of Azeris took to the streets in a cruel emulation of Sumgait. For 5 days, carnage ravaged the city. People were literally torn limb from limb. Houses were burned with Armenians still in them. Children and pregnant women were brutalized publicly and shamelessly. All the while, authorities did nothing to stop the violence for days. Since then, we have seen the consequences of an Azerbaijan trapped in this twisted fever dream. A culture of impunity has evolved into a culture of barbarity. In Maraga, more innocent civilians were massacred in 1992. In the Second Artsakh War, we saw illegal cluster munitions deployed. We saw videos and pictures of civilians beheaded, of servicewomen's bodies mutilated, of prisoners of war executed. And today we stand here, while over 120,000 innocent men, women, and children are being entirely blockaded by Azeri forces. For over 70 days, the indigenous people of Artsakh have stood strong, but they have for too long been fighting alone. Thus far, we have heard pronouncements from our State Department, from foreign governments, from NGOs, and international forums. Words without courage, full of both sidism and without the backing of concrete policy change. Some may put forward the argument that this is yet another ethnic hotspot on the other side of the world that is someone else's problem, that this should be treated as geopolitics. Some have argued that Azerbaijan is a true partner for peace, and that they may wash their hands of Armenian lives for quote-unquote energy security without consequence. Some have argued that sacrificing Artsakh is necessary to securing the Republic of Armenia. Some have argued that warnings of genocide are hyperbole. Some have argued that Azerbaijan is a healthy society and is on the path towards peace and cooperation. Some have argued that foregoing justice and acknowledgement of past atrocities will prevent new ones somehow. Some believe that the fever of hate will break spontaneously, miraculously, and immediately. However, this is not a geopolitical issue. This is not a post-Soviet issue. This is not an Armenian issue. This is not a security issue. This is a humanitarian test of the highest order. This is a measure of our courage, our humanity, and our determination. My friends, we are not granted the choice of the age we are born into. We are not given the luxury of choosing our battles. We are not handed opportunity on a silver platter. All we are given are a few moments, just a few, when we have the choice to meet our challenges or to shrink from them. To people in power in our government, I come to declare weak vocal acknowledgments meet neither the immediacy nor the gravity of today. They do not consider the long pattern of escalation we have seen by Azerbaijan and its dictator Ilham Aliyev over the past 35 years. They do not address in real time an attempt to ethnically cleanse a people from their ancient homeland. They do not recognize the parallels to the Armenian genocide in 1915. After months of waiting for Ilham Aliyev and his regime to simply do the right thing, it is clear that words unsupported by concrete action have not, cannot, and will not change the situation on the ground. To the Azeri people, I come to question, what is enough? How many pogroms will feed the hungry child in Shirvan? How many imprisoned POWs will make the widow in Baku whole? How many cultural monuments must be desecrated for a man in Sumgait to feed his family? Is this the kind of nation you are proud of? Is this the kind of regime you can stand behind? Is this who you are? I hope and I pray it is not. To my friends, to my family, to my allies, to my community, to my fellow Armenians, I have one word and one word alone: solidarity. It is our lodestar. Solidarity is strength. Solidarity is power. Solidarity is love. It is a sacred hymn that is echoed through the mountains and the valleys. It is reached from generation to generation to tell us that our story, the structures that crumbled, the wars fought and lost, the literature unread, the music unheard, the prayers unanswered, is not over. That following the eloquence of our ancestors' example is our duty and our mission. That ringing from the top of sacred Ararat to the cathedrals of Ani, to the shops of Stepanakert, to the shores of Akhtamar, and even to the streets of Washington, D.C., the beautiful struggle has continued. The dream has lived on. The spirit has endured. For as the proverb goes, we cannot escape destiny. And Providence has provided that with eyes that our destiny is ours of one people, one common future. The day we fail to stand together is the day we fail to stand at all. The future of one of us is the future of all of us. So let us love our people enough to remember the taste of blood every time we bite into an apricot. Let us love our people enough to hear the ringing of church bells of Vaughn in our music. Let us love our people enough to feel the warmth of children's smiles playing in liberated sushi in the sun that shines on our faces. So let us go forward into the future, into this new day, knowing that with eyes locked on a great horizon and courage flowing through our veins, we must continue to press for a truly free, independent, and united Armenia. That half measures, half truths, and half-heartedness will secure us a fractured nation. That defeatism and denialism will lead us to ruin. We have come here today to honor the tragic milestone of the anniversary of the massacres in Sumgait, Baku, Kirovabad, and Maragad. We come here today to stand with our brothers and sisters in Artsakh. We came here today to prevent another Armenian genocide. But moreover, today we came here to stand for justice, and we have come too far to fail now. So let us commit to call out hate where we see it, to fight for goodness in mankind. For that is the Armenian way, and for that must be our way. Thank you very much.
Stop denying, admit Azeri lying.
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 We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
We demand justice.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants war.
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 We remember Sumgait.
We remember Sumgait.
We remember Baku.
We remember Baku.
We remember Marava.
We remember Marava.
We remember Kirovabad.
We remember Kirovabad.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Stop Azeri aggression.
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 Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop killing Armenians.
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 Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev is a racist.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Aliyev, stop the lies.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Stop threats of war.
Armenians want peace. Azerbaijan wants 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 war.
Armenians want peace. Aliyev wants Yerevan.
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 Thank you everybody for coming out here today. On behalf of the AYF Washington DC ONI chapter, I want to say thank you for coming out to recognize the 35th anniversary of the Sumgait and Baku pogroms, as well as to protest against the Artsakh blockade. Please keep up the good work and continue to pressure your representatives to cut all military aid to Azerbaijan, sanction Aliyev, and to send emergency humanitarian aid to Aqsa. You can learn more about how you can directly help by visiting anca.org/blockade. Thank you.